When you hear the name Rihanna, what pops in your head first? A chart-topping hit? A Super Bowl stage that nearly broke the internet? A voice that dominated pop and R&B for more than a decade? That's what most people think of. The music, the fame, the headlines. But here's the twist. Rihanna hasn't dropped an album in years, and her bank account has never been bigger. While the world waits for new songs, Rihanna's been building something else. Quietly, strategically, and far away from any recording studio. An empire worth over $1.4 billion, powered by makeup, lingerie, luxury partnerships, and a business playbook that turned her from pop princess to self-made billionaire. This is how Rihanna did what so many other stars failed to do, and the secrets she doesn't share in the interviews. Welcome to Luxe Legends, where fame, fortune, and controversy collide. Section 1. The voice that built the foundation. Before she was the billionaire boss behind Fenty, she was just Robin Rihanna Fenty, a teenager from Barbados with a dream big enough to cross oceans. She didn't come from money. She didn't have family in the industry. What she did have was a sound that record labels couldn't ignore. Jay-Z famously signed her to Def Jam after hearing her audition. And within a few years, she was topping the charts with hits like Umbrella, Pon de Replay, and Only Girl in the World. By the time she turned 30, she'd sold over 250 million records worldwide. Tours, endorsement deals, magazine covers. The music machine printed cash. But here's what sets Rihanna apart. She didn't waste it all. Most stars ride the fame wave and blow their earnings on houses, cars, or failed side gigs. Rihanna banked her millions, then used them as seeds for something bigger. Section 2. The beauty industry, shakeup. In 2017, Rihanna dropped an album's worth of singles on the radio. But her biggest hit that year wasn't a song. It was a foundation, literally. That year, she launched Fenty Beauty under the luxury giant LVMH. While celebrity makeup brands weren't new, Rihanna's strategy was. She launched Fenty with an unheard-of 40 shades of foundation, a direct answer to the industry's long-standing failure to serve women of color. The gamble worked. Women who'd been ignored by mainstream brands flooded Sephora stores and online carts. In its first year, Fenty Beauty pulled in over $550 million in revenue. Rihanna didn't just slap her name on a product. She was involved in the formulas, the campaigns, the shade testing. It felt authentic, because it was. The real genius? She didn't fully own Fenty Beauty outright. She owns 50%. The other half is LVMH, the luxury giant behind brands like Louis Vuitton and Dior. That partnership gave Fenty instant credibility, distribution muscle, and global reach. She leveraged her celebrity. LVMH brought the retail empire. Section 3. The lingerie move. If Fenty Beauty was Rihanna's first billionaire chess move, Savage x Fenty was the second. Launched in 2018, Savage x Fenty took the same inclusivity playbook, but this time for lingerie. She saw what Victoria's Secret was doing wrong. Dated shows, lack of body diversity, a tone-deaf marketing playbook that ignored millions of women. Then she flipped the script. By 2021, Savage x Fenty hit a $1 billion valuation, with Rihanna as its biggest shareholder. While Victoria's Secret scrambled to rebrand, Savage x Fenty became the new gold standard for sexy, inclusive, and modern. Section 4. No album, no problem. The wildest part? Rihanna hasn't released a studio album since 2016's Anti, nearly a decade ago. In pop culture, that's an eternity. Other artists fade in months if they don't keep feeding fans music and drama. Rihanna flipped that script too. While fans beg for R9, she's doubled down on businesses that print money while she sleeps. every makeup drop, every new Savage X Fenty line, limited edition collabs that sell out in minutes.
Natural outlet for me because I enjoy lingerie. I'm a woman.
It's proof that sometimes your brand is worth more than your voice. She built a fan base through music, then turned that attention into a lifestyle brand bigger than her discography. Section 5. The luxury partnerships. In 2019, Rihanna made headlines again when she announced Fenty Maison, a luxury fashion house under LVMH. It was the first time in decades that LVMH launched an entirely new brand, and the first time a black woman ever led a major luxury fashion house under their umbrella. Fenty Maison was a bold bet. High-end clothes, luxury price tags, and Rihanna at the design table. It didn't last long. In 2021, LVMH paused Fenty Maison after a tough pandemic year. Some called it a flop. Rihanna called it a lesson. She shifted focus back to Savage X Fenty and Fenty Beauty, the proven moneymakers. It showed that not every move needs to hit. When you play at billionaire levels, you can afford to take risks, fail fast, and double down on what works. Section 6. How she owns the narrative. Unlike other celebrities who let managers or corporations run the show, Rihanna has always kept a tight grip on her brand. She picks her campaigns. She green-lights the partnerships. She pulls the plug when things don't feel right. When Victoria's Secret invited her to be their next angel, she turned them down. She wanted her own runway, not someone else's. When tabloid headlines tried to box her in, with rumors about boyfriends, breakups, pregnancies, she flipped them into marketing moments. Remember her 2023 Super Bowl halftime show? She used it to reveal her pregnancy, a masterstroke of free publicity, timed perfectly to keep her name trending for months. Section 7. The numbers behind the empire. So what does it add up to? Fenty Beauty. Valued at over $2.8 billion, Rihanna owns half, Savage X. Fenty, last pegged at $1 billion plus, with Rihanna as the top stakeholder. Add real estate, music royalties, brand partnerships, and you hit $1.4 billion plus in net worth. She's the richest female musician on earth, not because she sold the most records, but because she stopped selling just music. Section 8. Why other celebs fail at this. Plenty of celebrities launch brands. Most flop. Remember Jessica Simpson's billion-dollar line? She sold it. Then the company went bankrupt. Britney Spears tried perfumes. Some did well, but she never controlled the business. Even Kanye's Yeezy partnership tanked when Adidas walked away. The difference? Rihanna's empire runs on authenticity and control. She didn't just license her name, she invested her own money. She showed up at product labs. She hired people who understood supply chains, marketing, and retail. When fans see a Fenty product, they see her. It feels real because it is. Section 9. The real secret. Power in ownership. When Rihanna sings about diamonds, she's not just wearing them, she owns them. Every dollar made from Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty makes her richer while she sleeps. She doesn't need to tour. She doesn't need to beg labels for advances. She doesn't need to flood the radio with singles. She has a machine, built off her name, but bigger than her fame. So next time you see a Fenty ad, remember, you're not just buying makeup or lingerie. You're buying into a blueprint for how fame can fuel generational wealth. Rihanna built hers. Who's next? If you learned something new, hit subscribe and join us for the next deep dive. This is Luxe Legends, where fame, fortune, and controversy collide. And trust me, the next billionaire blueprint will blow your mind even more.